Hi there, welcome to a new week. I know it's been a long time since I did a video. Perfectly good explanation. I was actually busy with some work and I completely underestimated how long that work was going to take, so I had to push through, and I guess today when you're getting your video, I'm going to try and post a bit more regularly in the coming weeks. But maybe shorter videos. I guess I'll see what content I am going to put out for you guys. But either way, welcome. And yes, today I decided to tell you more about kimonos. I made this kimono recently, and I just thought, we usually borrow a lot from different cultures from around the world, and it would be actually interesting to know the concept behind the kimono, where it came from, especially now that there's so many variations of it from different cultures, and it's having its moment right now with everyone owning African print kimono. So today I'm going to just talk about it. It's actually a Japanese garment, and I did get my information from the Japanese Cultural Center website, so I will definitely give credit to where it's due, because there's no way I'd have this information. I've not been to Japan, and I have seen kimonos online and on TV, but it's good to know the context of the kimono, where it came from, the variations of it, because as much as this is like one of the most popular silhouettes of a kimono, there are various silhouettes of a kimono. So let's dive in, learn about the origins of the kimono, the shapes, the features of the kimono, the history of the kimono, and I hope you'll enjoy this week's episode. See you at the end. About the kimono. Kimono was originally a Japanese word for clothing. However, over the recent years, the word refers to specific traditional Japanese clothing. Kimono, as we know them today, come from the Heian period, which is 794 to 1185. That's years. During that time, the way the kimono was cut, there was a new technique that was developed that was a straight line cutting method that basically had different pieces of fabric that were cut into straight lines and sewn together, so that the makers of the kimono did not have to concern themselves with the shape of the wearer, the body shape. Then during the Kamakura era, which is 1185 to 1333, and the Muromachi period, which is 1339 and 1573, both men and women wore brightly colored kimonos as the warrior class grew in power, which made people transition into the Edo period. During this time, the Tokugawa warrior clan ruled over Japan, and the country was divided into feudal domains ruled by lords. The samurai of each domain wore samurai uniforms, which consisted of kimono and kamashimo, which is worn over the kimono and identified by the patterns on the kamashimo. A kamashimo is a combination of the upper sleeve garment that was made from linen starch to make the shoulder stand out, and the hakama, a type of skirt-like trouser. As the techniques of making kimono rapidly developed, kimono grew as an art form, and kimono became more valuable and even became family heirlooms. I'm 100% sure I've massacred some of those pronunciations, but here reading this isn't easy. So let's continue. In the Meiji period, that is 1868 and 1912, Japan was heavily influenced by foreign cultures, and the government encouraged people to adopt Western clothing and habits. The government officials, military personnel were required by law to wear Western clothing for official functions, and the law no longer is in effect today. Ordinary citizens were required to wear the kimono decorated with their family crests called kamon, which identified family backgrounds on formal occasions. This type of kimono is called mantsuki, which has become formal wear of the Japanese people. Nowadays, the Japanese people rarely wear kimonos in everyday life, reserving them for hareki, which is formal clothing for occasions such as wedding ceremonies, funerals, university graduations, and other ceremonies. They can also be worn for tea ceremonies and other special events such as summer festivals and Tanabata. So now we are going to get into basically what makes a kimono. So basically the design features and basic design of the kimono. The kimono was made in a way that it uses the whole fabric, so there is no fabric waste. So it's the ultimate zero waste design. The kimono does use a lot of fabric, as you can see written on the screen, and the pieces are sewn together to create the basic form. Most of the fabric used to make kimonos are silk and cotton. The weaving and dyeing methods of a kimono. So the kimono gets its colors in two different ways. So there's the weaving method where the kimono gets the colors in, basically the woven thread is dyed, and then the kimono is made with thread that's not dyed and thread that's dyed. The other way is the whole fabric is dyed. You weave the fabric, it's white, and then you just dye it, and then the whole kimono becomes one color. Another unique feature is that the kimono can be worn over and over again. Because it's made into several pieces, you could actually dye the kimono again, and it can also be worn on both sides. So you can basically take it apart, dye the fabrics again, and stitch it back together, which is why the pieces are also cut in a very specific way. Do check out that website for more information on that. I just summarized it in this presentation. The last feature I'll talk about is the obi, and I'm sure you've seen this belt in various versions. There's a modern version that people buy a lot, and the obi is basically the sash that you use to wear the kimono with. There are two ways you can tie it. It's in the website, you'll have to check, and basically it keeps the kimono closed. There are also other kimono accessories that I did not get into, which is also found in that website. Do check it out. It's also worn on top of the obi, and very many other accessories for the hair and gloves and shoes, things. Basically, just check out that website. You will learn a lot more. There are several occasions which kimonos are worn in this modern day and age. Most of the time they are worn for special ceremonies, such as the ones listed on the screen. Some of them include going to the shrines, for special occasions such as festivals, or to celebrate an important milestone in the family. There are several different types of kimonos for different types of occasions. It really is described very well on the website, so I will not go into many pronunciations and descriptions, but if you go to the website, you'll definitely see all of them. There is also coming of age ceremonies where someone gets into from childhood to adulthood. Some are ceremonial, like for weddings, funerals. Some even were worn because of change of status, like if you were single and you got married, there's a different type of kimono you'd wear. And some were even worn during different seasons, basically whether it's autumn or spring or summer. So the more you check the website, the more information you'll get about where and when people wear kimonos and just the different styles of it. So yeah, that concludes the information I have about kimonos. I hope the information has been very helpful, very useful, very educative, and I hope you do check out that website. It has way more information than I gave. I tried to summarize it as much as possible. I didn't want to take everything word for word. And I do hope that you're going to continue watching the videos as I bring them up. I'm going to do a bit of a recap of my corset series. I know I was very thorough when I did the corset series before, but I think there's some new things I could add, and there's some things I could recap that may help those of you who are new to the channel. And yes, we do have new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. I'm not usually like this, but I decided to prioritize. If I do have work, I'd rather focus on that work because it's what really gives me income. This channel, I do it when I have free time, so do watch out for videos in the future. And I do have an Instagram page that I also post in on a regular basis. You can inbox me, ask me questions. I'm very willing to answer, and of course leave any comment in the comment section of this video and I will definitely respond. So I guess I will see you next time. Bye.